Now, I just want to give you a brief example of how you're going to use a weightlifting belt. Now, this is optional. It's not required. If you're a really serious kettlebell lifter and you at some point want to get into kettlebell sport competition, then the belt is really going to be more important. But even for just cross training for grapplers or other athletes, you may find that you like using the belt. Now, the kettlebell belt is not the same as a powerlifting belt. It's much thinner and it's not used the same way. In powerlifting, the belt is really tight to create intra-abdominal pressure because they're dealing with maximal loads. And so when they're squatting, for example, or even deadlifting, they have to create as much tension as possible here, but it's only going to be one rep. In kettlebells, we don't want that tension because it's going to interfere with the breathing. And in kettlebell sport, you're doing the movements for 10 minutes without stopping, without putting the kettlebell down. So it's much more of an endurance protocol. So the belt is worn loosely, and it's not worn so much on the belly, it's worn just above the hips in the lower abdomen. Here, okay? And again, you're gonna be able to do these techniques without the belt, but the belt can actually give you more stability in your movements. And then just take your shirt and put it over the edge because otherwise the leather might start cutting up your elbows. So you just kind of cover it up a little bit so you don't scratch up your elbows on the belt, okay? And so now, as we're getting into our movements, the belt helps to keep your elbows in position. That's really the main idea, so that the arms don't start slipping. Okay, so if we're doing a movement called the clean and jerk, which we will be getting into in this program, you're bringing your elbows onto the belt. And now you're using your elbow connection to drive overhead into the jerk. And so that's how you use the optional kettlebell lifting belt.